SDGs goals are internalized in the planning document, like in long-term vision, and then periodic plan, 5 years planning plan, and sectoral master plans, and yearly programs, and also in the provincial levels, government periodic plan, yearly plan, and also in the local level. So uh, many of the SDGs goals are really, incorporated into a vision of and spirit of our constitution in the context of Nepal, because its main goal, like zero hunger, poverty reduction, skilled and qualified human capital formation, high economic growth, social protection, social security, social insurance, inequity, justice, climate resilient development practices, and equal distribution of resources among the countries, natural, in the case of natural resources, and in the context of the economic resources within a territory, that also can be distributed among all the peoples equally based on the human rights or constitutional rights. There are many more things included in our constitution, as our constitution is very progressive and also revolutionary. So SDGs goals are very nicely internalized in the constitutions, and we have initiated implementing it from 2016, and we made baseline, the information of all those indicators based on the data of up to 2015. And at that time, our per capita income was 772 US dollar. And at the end of the 2030s, we are expecting it to be 3,089 US dollar. But it was the prediction of the year 2016 when we made status and the progress report. It started status and update of our economic informations. Now situation has been changed. So in within 16th plan only, our per capita income will be around 2,300 above. Then we have had the 2018's target, 2023's target, 2030's target, and 2043's target. It is aligned with the long-term vision. Simply one example, like in 2030, we reported that our economy would be around or above 55 to 60, in between 55 to 60 trillion Nepalese rupees. And now we are in 2024, and while reporting up to the data of 2023, our economy is around 57 rupees trillion. So I think we are meeting this target also. And our target of US, the GDP per capita income was 1,410, but this year our, within the this year, our per capita income is above than that. It is already 1,456 US dollar. So things are happening well, and we have been doing our best. And there are a few very important things to be, explored into the floor in front of you, that we have only two blocks in the economy for the, two blocks for the entire development paradigms for the transformation. One is economic prosperity, and another one is social well-being. We just align it as prosperous Nepal, happy Nepal. So while linking the SDG with the periodic plans, like our main goal was high and equitable national income. So SDG 8 is a major, reporting indicator for that, and other goals also support on it. And similarly, building human capital. is next another important goal, which can be also reported by SDG 4, SDG 5, and even SDG 1 and 2 also. So like this, universal and modern infrastructure, high and sustainable production and productivity, these were the major indicators of the economic prosperity side, whereas well-being and decent life, civilized and just society, healthy and balanced ecosystem, good governance, democracy, national unity, and respect were the another pillars from the social well-being. And these all the pillars were very nicely linked with the SDGs different goals. One pillar can be sometime reported by 7, 8 SDGs, and sometime by 2 or 3 SDGs. Like this, we incorporated the planning document or the vision or the objective of the goal of the plans into the SDGs goals. The tools that we applied in the Nepal is usually we integrated various policies to make them implementable in a proper way, and also we formulated the proper roadmap for 2016-30, and in every year reporting we have been revising it. And again, we just formulated the SDG need assessment also about how much money that we need to achieve SDGs till 2030. We estimated in 2016 for the 15 years, and again we revised in 2024, and now it came up with the one new report that is for next 6 years. And we also developed the localization guidelines, and also we developed the provincial governments SDG guidelines, and many more other frameworks which we made for the implementation of the SDGs, and in which we estimated IPOR, and we use that simple unit cost estimate or input outcome elasticities in different way. And we made an effort to apply CG also where it is applicable, where data is available. And others are the intervention-based need assessment also we did, in which we had a baseline of that Millennium Projects also, and many more other things we adopted on that particular process. So we started working with the 15th plan. It was a very appropriate time for us to link the 15th plan's objectives and goals with the SDG. And 14th plan was running when the SDG was initiated in Nepal. So it was, we did not have enough room to incorporate the objectives and measure the programs and the projects of 14th periodic plan in SDG. But in 15th plan, we did have enough time to incorporate. So we incorporated them all. And in 16th plan, we reviewed the progress report of 15th plan and incorporated major issues which were supposed to be completed within 5 years. We filtered them, we segregated them, and we incorporated them in 16th plan. For example, we just incorporated the one production, productivity, decent work, productive employment, resource, and many more others. For which we allocated the budget also in yearly budgeting, and also in the 5 years projection, and also in the remaining all years projections. The next one, that all the instrument which we have developed are very much I mean, feasible for us, and we did them by our own effort, linking them with the good practices and good experience of the other countries, and some of these are done by our own experience. So we are hopeful that the what target and the the expectation we mentioned that we can just achieve. Then the other works which we did in a policy part are like we developed sectoral strategies, policies, different plans in different ministries or entities, and major contributing sector of economy like we have industry, we have agriculture, we have construction for them also, and we have human resources, we have a climate issues, a green economy. For that also, we developed some frameworks, and based on that frameworks, we can develop small activities and programs, and then from that small activities and programs, we can also make R&D if something are remaining unanswered to make good intervention from government side. So like school education sectoral plan we have for nearly 8 years, it was and it is completed. Now again, the national framework for education is drafted. Multi-sector nutrition plan we have, and national health sector strategy implementation plan also, that the world plan is now being revised. Then national early childhood development is framework is also drafted, and integrated national social protection framework is already there, and PM employment program and the president women empowerment program are also there. And beyond this, there are many other programs and the models, and also the sectoral master plans we have developed, and some of the others that we have been developing to implement the 16th plan. This is the theoretical and kind of our experience while adopting the SDG, which Nepal did. I explored. Now looking into the progress, we also made the progress review, and in which Nepal progress is really good. We can see in the figure that Nepal's the significant progress is that about 42% of the SDGs goals are achieved, and 30% are moderately achievable, and around 28% are in stagnation. But still, we are making good plan to bring them into a reportable system. Even if the work is done, but there is no proper chain, proper link for the reporting. So if we look back the present achievement, nearly 72% is the good track. 40 is achieved, and 30 is 42 is achieved, and 30 is achievable. But while looking back to the world, only 15% is in an average, 15% of the goals globally are achieved, and 48 are achievable, moderately achievable. So while we add them, nearly 63% in the world are achievable, but now Nepal progress is 72%. So I think in this context, Nepal is doing good. And one more few slides only I'm showing you, and then I'll move to the next presentation, and then I can explore the we will discuss based on your questions. The need assessment, costing and financing strategy also we had, which we did in 2016 for the first time. And again, after revising it, we made it again in 2024. So the data I'll be showing you. This is the one cluster, and now disaggregated financial sources into 4 broad sectors was considered here. Not only the government, but the others also, like the private sector, public sector, cooperatives, and household. They were the 4 pillars, but beyond them also, we brought them into the study, and they contributed. So composition, when we look at the composition of the total SDG investment requirement, like in 2016 to 19, 2022 to 22, 2022 to 25, 2026 to 30, it was the requirement which we projected earlier. So while projecting it, and for the poverty reduction, it seems that it needs more investment. And similarly, among all the transport industries take huge volume. The rest of the others are like education also takes big volume, and urban infrastructure also takes the big volume. So these are the investment requirement, but how we can address them will be the next issue. This is only from the requirement side I'm telling it. The overall average annual SDG financing gaps against requirement is also here, which I'm showing you. Now, overall SDG financing gap in 16, in the 2022 to 2022, 2023 to 2025, 2026 to 30, 2016 to 30. There are 5 different, time for reporting, which we estimated earlier, and we reported 2 times only in VNR. The third one, which we will be reporting in 2024, for that we are working. So looking here, the financial gaps, that difference is in public sector. It was 180 billions in Nepali rupees in 2019 in this block, and in this block 281, and so on. The fourth, the blocks requires more, but here this looks only 204 now. But while revising this into the present time, we found that this block is required more. And private sectors financial gaps in this block is really more. And overall SDG financing gap from all is also big in this block, and it is around 16%, 16.39% of the GDP. It was estimated in 2016, and it is in that times cost-based estimation. So it can be changed because our production cost of each goods and services is changed, and also the scenario of the economy is changed. Now I would like to share with you the a little bit difference of the investment based on the GDP. While comparing the SDG report of 2018, which was it was published in 2018, but we worked in 2016 and 2017. So we can say this is a report of 2018. And this report is also we disseminated in 2024, but it was the data till up to 23, and 22, 23 we work. And here we can see the difference. The SDG, I mean the end poverty, its requirement was 3.6 overall in the percentage of GDP. Now it is increased, the requirement is increased. Zero hunger is now it is reduced. So what we can say here is, see, after COVID-19 pandemic, the poverty is increased. Poverty level is increased in Nepal. This is because many people's jobs was lost, and I think they remain unemployed. If one person is employed in a family, nearly 4%, four member of his or her family can be brought above the poverty line. So it is somehow this can be the reason, but still there is room for the improvement, and there is also room for R&D. Next one is health and well-being. The health and well-being is also a little bit increased. This percentage, it was 3.1 earlier, and now is 3.9. Similarly, quality education might be the education's work is ongoing, and even in the pandemic, we continue giving good education to our kids in a basic education, in secondary, in higher secondary, in higher education as well, providing them internet, providing them the different software, and by internet, by Zoom, by many methods, we continue, I mean, the program. So might be why this is less, still there is room, right? That might be one cause, and there are no more things to be I mean the invested with huge investment requirement in the education sector. And gender equity is also another issues in Nepal, and now we have been working a lot to address the spirit of the spirit of constitution. So it has now to be invested on 0.1 percentage only. Water and sanitation a little bit increased based on the previous data. Clean energy is in decreased. So in clean energy side, might be we have made a lot of intervention and we got a good achievement. Decent work and the growth is same. Decent work, okay, the work has already been lost. Nearly 3 million people lost their job during COVID-19. And we have been working to for the recovery of their employment every year. And this year also, we have target to generate new 1 million jobs in the market in order to address people, those who are seeking for job in the other countries. So we started investing a lot, and intervention are being made. So might be that might be the cause, but I'm not sure because this is to be reported by the research in future. Industry and infrastructure is reduced because in infrastructure, road transportation, I mean the airways transportation, waterways transportation, or the cable, I mean the cable car, and many more, railway transportation. We invested a lot in the last 5 years. So might be this is the cause. So it is quite less, and so on. We have the other issues like sustainable cities and communities. Climate actions is to be addressed, but it doesn't require as more money as we expected earlier. And life and land, for that also we allocated the budget, and that is also in decreasing, and just fish and strong institutions required, because our commitment to make a just society is still ongoing, and we are working on creating a job, ensuring social protections, and making just transition of a society. So these are the major I mean the estimation which we did, or which we made based on the real-time data, and this is a kind of comparison. While adding total 47% of the GDP of Nepal was required to achieve SDG 2030 in 2018 reports, and in 2024's report, it came into 44.2% of the GDP's equal amount for the investment. That is a kind of evidence which we achieved. I share with you, and might be the GDP size of Nepal has been increased because in 2020 we made a rebasing, so size of GDP is increased. If we say from that viewpoint, might be that percentage, it is less in percentage, but when we calculate in amount, it will be more. And now, challenge, opportunities, and way forward for Nepal's for achieving the SDGs are a few points which I mentions here. There is a resource gap and in environment of economic slowdowns and policy crisis. So still there is a risk, but we have been doing our best to minimize it. And next one is still we need to develop more reportable data for the tier 3 related indicator, which I mentioned you earlier, the model is also not matching with the global model, and reporting activities and data are also not generated. So this is one, tier 3, and tier 2 is model is okay, but data is not generating. So next time in 16th grade, we'll be working for that. Only data generation work can be done. And next one is like internalizing the internalizing the goals into all level and sectors. That also we need to do. Still, it is left in some places and some local government. Localizing the goals at sub-national level of the government. We did our best, but still few of the municipalities and local level governments are not being able to report the information in our system which we developed. Like we have National Data Profile, NDP. There are some portals, so might be human resources or technology friendly resource person, or might be our portal is very complex, and that might be the cause, so that in rural areas, municipalities, they have not been able to report each and every progress of their works in due time, which will be reforming in future. And government's capacity building works and coordinating with the private sector and CSOs is the next important work that we need to do. And partnership coordinations and collaborations with the academia, researcher, student, internal and external resource person or community or institution is still strengthened, though it is one of the major work of the National Planning Commission, but still we have not been able to do it properly as we expected earlier. And the another one is currently we have had the new monitoring evaluation policy approved from the Parliament, and it is also authorized by the Honorable Right President, and it is in implementation now. And this act is probably one of the new act for the South Asian regions. Even the other countries, they have not made such policy, and they also have not mentioned monitoring and evaluation in their constitution reported by the other reliable resources. So we are the first country who already worked for 5 years to develop this policy. Even I myself, as one of the stakeholder of NPC, involved in drafting and also responding to the lawmakers in many times in the parliament. And now the act is with us and it is in implementation. So we need to work more by making guidance or the different directives, measures, tools in monitoring and evaluations related works, because the result oriented monitoring is a major the function that every government has to do, and information, data, and evidence-based policy formation is another important work.